Hello and welcome to Autistic Musings. This is my channel. My name is Mackenzie and I'm autistic myself, and I talk about all things autistic. I share tips that help me in my life. I share and explain facts about autism and just everything autistic related. I just share with the world. If you're interested in that, stick around. Today we're going to be talking about autistic women and girls. Now, to start off, I'd like anybody that's not autistic to imagine that you have a lot of struggles every day with remembering things and taking care of things that everybody else knows is important and they take care of them, but you seem to have a gigantic issue doing it. Remembering things that you do think are important and you just can't seem to remember them. And conversations seem to be really difficult to follow, like they're going too fast for you. You get really upset when routines change. Small little details really bother you. And everybody kind of interprets this behavior as you being lazy, not taking care of the important things, and you not caring about certain things, even though you've tried everything people have told you to do in order to complete certain tasks like this. You have a lot more issues than that, like environment makes you want to hide too. Why am I telling you to imagine this? Because this is what going undiagnosed with autism felt like for me. I had a lot of difficulty with things and nobody really understood how difficult it was for me. Likely because I didn't realize the amount of struggle I was having with these things was not normal. Like, I thought it was everybody else had to try this hard to remember basic things. And I thought that, and I believed what people told me, that I didn't care enough. And I was lazy. And you're starting to see how this could be bad for somebody's self-esteem. But this was my reality before I was diagnosed. I thought I didn't care enough. I thought I was lazy. And then I started talking about the things I had difficulty with other people. And it suddenly became clear that this wasn't normal. Like, most people don't have this amount of issues. And many women like me who are autistic don't get diagnosed until later on in life and continue to feel this way. Maybe not everybody that's an autistic woman but has the same experience as me, but many will. Many of us are statistically less likely to get diagnosed, which means we don't get accommodations early on in life. We don't get access to therapies that would help our overall quality growing up, quality of life growing up. And we can also get misdiagnosed quite frequently and get treatment for conditions that we don't have. It's quite common for women that have autistic spectrum disorder to experience these things, getting like diagnosis, getting misdiagnosed. There's many reasons why this could be happening. But there's literally no solid evidence that autism is more what's the word I'm looking for? Prevalent in boys. There's only studies. The only studies in autism that are present currently, these samples are skewed towards the males. Like, there's more males in the study than females. And it's pretty much always been that way. And people will go over, maybe there's some unknown biological reasoning for this, but they haven't found it. Girls that are autistic are more likely to be diagnosed if they have some comorbid intellectual disability or behavioral problem. So if their autistic traits are more obvious, then they're more likely to be diagnosed, which is a problem. Many will say that the criteria needs to be changed to include more female traits of those on the spectrum. Personally, I question this. I do. I'm like, I checked all the boxes for the male criteria. I do think we need to add more criteria to involve social camouflaging or masking, because many people don't understand what this is until people ask about their process with social interaction and everything. And supposedly women are better at masking, but I've also met men that mask as well. So I just really believe that there should be more research and on these female traits or on girls that are autistic in general, and find if there is some kind of difference, or if there isn't and there's just been a bias in the diagnosing process. Either would be great. And I grew up wondering what the heck was so different about me to cause so much difficulty in social interaction and other areas. I was just left in the dark. I didn't have words for what I was having difficulty with, why I didn't understand things, but no one noticed. It might have been because I just didn't fit the stereotype people had of autism. I'm not a guy. That's one thing. And I wasn't super interested in trains or stuff like that. Super stereotypical, weird media type of autism. I like to read all day. I did not understand social interaction. I wasn't a girly girl who had some girly special interest. I didn't. So I feel like we just need to do more research on this and figure out if there is a bias going on, or if there's something in the diagnosis process where we can help identify females on the spectrum better, or anybody on the spectrum. I feel like they're missing people that don't fit the stereotype of autism. It's females on the spectrum that are affected. It's autistic people that are super empathetic towards other people. Also, don't get diagnosed because stereotypically we're not very empathetic. I don't know where they got that from. Autistic people that are creative. There's so many people that just don't fit the stereotype that people have in their head, and I think that affects the diagnosis process. There are steps towards the process that other people make judgments, and if people knew more about autism in general, and that we don't have a look, we're not male, female, we're just autistic, and we happen to have a personality and be human too. If you liked this topic and discussion and you want to hear more from me, like, subscribe, and share. Bye.